Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the most merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but He, and I bear witness that Muhammad is His messenger. We'd like to greet you in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Black Wealth Empowerment Live Google Hangout. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for being patient with us as we work through these technical difficulties, and that's the beauty. It is still beautiful. That is the beauty of a live broadcast, that you run into these glitches, and is only to see how we would act in times like this. Okay? As the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, you can't say what you would or would not do unless you have been in that situation before. So, welcome, brothers and sisters. We're happy that you decided to be with us. We're here for another broadcast of Black Wealth Empowerment Live. We are super excited, because we have one of our emerging leaders of the Nation of Islam and our community and America right here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name 70 degrees here today and mid-70s tomorrow and 80 on Tuesday. So we are blessed to have these beautiful days that we can go out and get some vitamin D. But we're happy that you decided to be with us no matter where you are and where you're coming from. We're happy that you decided to join us here this evening. And as always, I'm not alone. I'm with my sister. She's a soldier. She's traveling on the road. She was determined to be here regardless of space and time. And that is our sister Brandy Muhammad, our membership coordinator. Sister Brandy, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Assalamu alaikum, family. Happy Savior's Day. I feel like it's still Savior's Day. I'm out of town. I'm in Dayton, Ohio. Sister Minister Nuri is here at study group number 19. Columbus is here. Dayton is here. Springfield is here. Indianapolis is here. We are excited, but we're excited to be in the Black Wealth Empowerment Group with you all. Praise be to Allah. I'm excited. It's going up. Thank you. That's all I have for
right now. All right.
Yes, sir.
Together here with me, brothers and sisters. All right, there we are. Okay, brothers and sisters, so welcome, and we want to welcome our sister Brandy, our membership coordinator, and our brother Rodney Saad Muhammad, our courage coach. He is still struggling through those technical difficulties there at his home with his internet, but he did let us know that he's going to try to get on another way, maybe his cell phone or maybe remotely like Sister Brandy. But he wanted me to let you know that he's still with us. He's still with us in spirit. He's still committed, and he's going to join us as soon as he can, as soon as he gets these technical difficulties out of the way. But brothers and sisters, welcome. As always, you know, this is about building wealth. This is Black Wealth Empowerment. Black Wealth Empowerment, excuse me. And we are excited that the Nation of Islam, our nation, is going to the next level of its economic development, as we heard from our brother last week, Brother Harry, with the program, the ABLE program, and the program that's going to release throughout the nation. Brothers and sisters, you know that is a sign that is economic development time. What time is it? It's economic development time. Put that right now in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. It's economic development time. That's what time it is in the Nation of Islam. So we are here at Black Wealth Empowerment to help in that endeavor, to help all of us who decide to join us here at Black Wealth Empowerment on a weekly basis or as often as they can, to go ahead and raise up that level of consciousness so we can help the minister with the Muhammad's economic blueprint and the Nation of Islam as we go to this next level of economic development. Now, brothers and sisters, you know this is a platform where we participate. All right? This is not a monologue. This is a dialogue with you, those of you who are with us today. So we have a private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group so you can communicate. Now, what happens in that group? That group is there for us to connect, as the messengers say. Our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. So we want to connect. We want to unify. We want to share. We want to put our notes there. We want to put our questions there. We want to prepare to hear from our brother one of our emerging leaders in the Nation of Islam and America as a whole and the world in general. And we want to prepare questions for our brother. All right. We want to glean out of him what Allah has deposited in him for our nation. So how do you do that? Well, right below, brothers and sisters, there's a link right below this video, livevideonetworking.com. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Click join. All right. And if you already have your Facebook tab up, just go to your Facebook page. In the search box up to the left-hand corner, put in Black Wealth Empowerment. Black Wealth Empowerment. That'll bring you to the group. It's a private group, so it's closed. All you will see is the banner, but you will see a join button. Click that join button, and we will accept you in as a member so you can participate, so you can be a part of this special group. All right? There's always a group within a group, just like we're a nation within a nation. So there's a group within a group, and that's you, the members who are participating in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Next week, Sister Brandy, if you will, kind of go through the group there, and next week, let us know all the great things that are happening with our members and how they're networking, how they're connecting, how they're sharing, because they say you reward that which you want to repeat. All right, and we're doing a lot of wonderful things. Those of us who are members of the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, we're doing a lot of sharing. We're doing a lot of networking. I mean, we're networking across the globe. We're networking, brothers and sisters, from here in the United States to Cleveland, Ohio, to Oakland, California, to all over the place. I mean, Phoenix, Arizona. We are truly using this modern technology connect and to flatten the world. All right, so we can take advantage of what Allah has put in and we do it according to the teaching of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that is acquire land, then by default we're going to build wealth. Okay, by default we're going to build wealth. So go in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group and tell us who you are, tell us what you're doing, tell us what mosque and study group you're in, what city you're from, and if you're in business, put your URL in there. If you're in business, put your URL in there. And if you're in business, let us know what you do. All right, let us know what you do. And if you're not in business, part-time, full-time, or sometime, then tell us, what do you do for a living? What do you do to take care of your family? And what do you do to support the man of God, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Now, our membership coordinator, Sister Brandy, is remote, so I don't know if she can see. Sister Brandy, can you see the Facebook page? Can you go on there and see who's joining us today? Because my battery is dead, so we have challenges straight across the board, but we're going to work through this. So, Sister Brandy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, Brother Darrell. Let me see if I can do it. My husband's phone, and I'll try and see if I can connect on my page. Okay, my phone's a little slower, it looks like. Give me backwards, okay?
Okay, you can see it?
Yes, sir. I don't see anybody yet.
Okay, all right. All right, because on my end it does show us that we have some viewers. So, brothers and sisters, please enter your name, what city, mosque you're from, study group, put your business information in there, and let us know that you're with us today. Let us know that you're ready to learn how to build wealth. You're ready to connect with other believers in the Nation of Islam, and you're ready to listen from our brother, one of our emerging leaders of the Nation of Islam, emerging leaders of America, emerging leader of the world. And that's what we're about, brothers and sisters, here in the Nation of Islam. That's what we're about here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. We're about highlighting, all right, unwrapping the gifts that we have here in the nation. All right, because I remember the minister said once before, we should highlight the businesses of the Nation of Islam in the Final Call newspaper. So anything that we can do, brothers and sisters, we should be trying to do that. And that's what we're doing here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live as we start expanding our membership, as we start welcoming our brothers and sisters who are not members of the nation to come and join us. We're going to start doing that as we speak. We're starting to go through and qualifying them just as we qualify any one of us to make sure that they're bringing the right image, the right mentality, the right disposition to the group. That'll help eliminate a lot of things later on, because this is a very, very private group. We're not just saying that, brothers and sisters, as because it sounds good, or to add hype, or to add yeast to it, as the Supreme Captain, former Supreme Captain Sharif used to say, add air. But we actually mean that. This is private, because we expect from this platform a lot of exciting things to happen. We expect from this platform a lot of exciting things will happen with the believers of the Nation of Islam to help vanguard of that mission to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, brothers and sisters. So we're welcome that you're here. We're happy that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Now we're going to swing over to our membership coordinator, Sister Brandy, so she can let me know what's going on in the private exclusive Facebook group. Sister Brandy.
Yes, sir. I'm here outside now. We have Sister Jennifer and Brother Darren. Of course, they are coming from Muhammad's Mosque number 32, Phoenix, Arizona. They are current in the field of customer service for over 17 years, merging into prosperity. Shut your mouth. The next person we have Sister Tamara Muhammad Sharif Muhammad. She sends the greetings. Let me see, trying to read as I walk. She is from Michigan, study group number 16, and she is the executive marketing director of Soul Purpose Lifestyle Company. She has her website. We're going to approve that. We also have Sister Lynette. That's it so far. Who have checked in, signed in, gave us their information, their name, the mosque or study group they attend, their business, and also telephone number. Make sure, believers, when you add your information, add in how we can reach you. In addition to your website, if you want to add your phone number, it'd be great as well. That's all I have. I'll refresh my page and double check, Brother Darrell. That's it for right now.
Okay. All right. Sister Brandy Muhammad, our membership coordinator, on the road, making it happen, brothers and sisters. That's what this is all about, is making it happen, being determined to get the job done. Now, Sister Brandy, let's go ahead and liven up and spicing up this broadcast a little bit. Let's take full advantage of you being remote. See, can you grab a believer around there that to do like the newscasters do, an interview somebody? See, can you grab a believer around there that's an entrepreneur or whatever the case may be, and bring them on live to the broadcast, because that's what live is all about, and that's what remote is all about. So you're our in the field, membership coordinator. So go ahead, let's make that thing happen, sisters. Let's go ahead and do something that we haven't done before, and that could be something different. Who's that soldier right there? I saw a brother pop up. Let's introduce him. Let's interview him.
We got Brother Ray Muhammad. Let me take the earphones off. Just Columbus, Ohio. He is on the Black Wealth Empowerment Group. He doesn't have a Facebook page yet, but he's going to get it up and going. Brother Ray, introduce yourself and tell us about you. How long have you been in the nation, Brother Ray?
All praise is due to Allah. I've been in the nation 23 years, to be exact.
And Brother Ray, are you an entrepreneur? Are you doing for yourself? Bean pies? Tell them about it, Brother Ray.
Yes, we do bean pies, we do bow ties, we do a lot of community service work in general. I don't know how much time I have here to go into detail, but first of all, I just want to thank you, Sister Brandy, for giving me this opportunity to be live online with my dear brother. It's a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Brother Ray. Did you get to hear him, Brother Darrell? And
I did hear him. The brother said bow ties and bean pies. That's almost like apple pies, baseball, apple pies, and Chevrolet. So that's a blessing, sister. Make sure he's plugged into BWE. Is he a member of our group?
Yes. No, sir, not yet. His wife is.
Yes, ma'am.
We got to get him connected, sir.
Oh, got to get him connected. Because we're taking this thing nationwide. We're gonna bring our brother Hassan Muhammad from New York, who's taking that bean pie to a whole nother level. If you go ahead and friend him on Facebook, and you'll see somebody, one of his customers over in Colombia, and had a picture of his box next to some monument in Colombia with the Colombian flag. So that brother is doing what we're supposed to do with what we've been given, brother. This is brothers and sisters, this is a universal international message, and we should take it around the world. Our bean pie is our own unique cuisine here in the Nation of Islam. No one else bakes a bean pie, and if anybody else does, you know where they got it from. So thank you so very much, brother, for being with us. Sister Brandy, grab somebody else. Let's go ahead and take advantage of this thing, man. It's time to go around the world with this broadcast and pull folks in and let them know that, you know, we need to take it right down to the modern times. Brothers and sisters, like we said, we're here. Sister Brandy's remote. I'm here in Houston. We have our guest on standby. Our brother, the courage coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad, is trying to join us. He's having technical difficulties, but we know after difficulties come ease. Now, brothers and sisters, you know we always believe in paying it forward. We always believe in sharing and giving. All right, that is a muscle that we have to exercise in order for it to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So we're at the point now, brothers and sisters, in our broadcast where we want to pay it forward. Now, if this is your first time being with us, all right, then you know paying it forward, the definition of that is you performing an act of kindness for someone else and not looking for anything in return. That's paying it forward. So how do you do it here at BWE? We have these links right above the video, right? So go ahead and click on those. Go ahead and click on the like button, Facebook like, the share button, put in their hashtag, period, we are live, come join us. Go ahead and send that out. Do the same thing with your Twitter. Do the same thing with your Instagram and your Pinterest. Go ahead and let them know that Black Wealth Empowerment is live on the air and you want to personally invite them. You know, brothers and sisters, it's nothing like an invitation to a party. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't feel good when I hear about a party that was live, a party that was going on, a party that was happening after the fact and I didn't get an invitation. All right, so we want to invite them to come and join us here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. You know why? I'm going to lower my voice. It's because we are sharing the secrets of the wealthy. We are sharing the secrets of the mindset of what it takes to become free and independent, to get these shackles of economic slavery off of our ankles. That's what we're doing here, brothers and sisters. We are sharing it with you, but you have to go out and use it. So this is a private group, and it's by invitation only. So that's what we're doing here, and we're excited. So you go ahead and pay it forward. Go ahead and do that right now. Pay it forward. You should have done it right now, and let the world know that you're about Black Wealth Empowerment, and you're here right now live with us on this Google Hangout. Let's go back to Sister Brandy. Let's see what's going on out in the field. Out in the field of BW. Sister Brandy has taken BWE on the road. She's out in the field. So if the people won't come to Muhammad, the mountain won't come to Muhammad,
That's
then
right.
Muhammad will go to the mountain. What you got out there, Sister Brandy?
Angela Muhammad. She's in Springfield, Ohio. She has the babies in the car. They all getting ready to go. Sister Angela Muhammad from Springfield. How long have you been in the nation, Sister Angela? For 20 years. 20 years. Praise be to Allah. Let me introduce you one more time. And we have Brother Ronald. Can you see him? He's kind of tall there. Brother Ronald, how long have you been in the nation?
21 years.
Beautiful. And where are you from?
Dayton, Ohio.
And you from Dayton, Ohio. Praise be to Allah. Brother Derek, we're rocking here in Dayton, Ohio.
What do they do? What do they do? What do they do?
What you do, brother?
FOI.
Hey, did you hear it? Let me
FOI,
see
brother.
his face.
FOI, brother.
Okay. That's what he does for a living. FOI. He need to put that in a book so he can teach us how we can be FOI for a living.
That's right. That's right. Okay, and Sister Angela, turn learning to you. What you do, Sister Muhammad?
In MGC, and I homeschool my children, my 2 sons.
All right. And then she has other.
Ask him if they're interested in building wealth.
Absolutely, yes.
Are you interested in building wealth? All right, all right, all right.
All right, sister, but tell them where we're doing it at. Tell them what they need to do so they can be with us from here on out.
Absolutely. Facebook, of course. We're on Black Wealth Empowerment, and been inviting Sister Angela.
Okay.
Let me put you on her face real quick. Yep, been inviting Sister Angela for a minute, but she's going to get online. We also need to get the brother hooked up. Oh, we're all about it. Black Wealth Empowerment is remote in Dayton, Ohio. Study group number 19. Exactly. Praise be to Allah. Brother Jerry, I'm freezing, so I'm going to get back on me, and then I will get back in the car, and we'll connect very soon.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Brandy. All right. Brothers and sisters, there you have it. A first time here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. If any of you guys, any of the members, brothers and sisters, if you think you can host, be a remote host, then you let me know. You let me know, and we can do just like we're doing with Brandy. And she's doing it from her phone. She's doing it from her cell phone. It's called a smartphone. We just have to be smart enough to use it, learn how to use it. But brothers and sisters, we want everybody to get out of their comfort zone. All right? Every member to get out of their comfort zone. That's why we interview you. That's why we highlight you. That's why we we want you to participate in our free advertisement program and these things, because we have to get out of our comfort zone. So if you believe that you can be a host, a remote host, that means you have to be out in the field doing something. Even if you go to the mosque, even if you go to another believer's house, all right, and interview them and get them involved, because see, like I said, social media is all about connecting. It's all about connecting, all right? And some of us, we have to personally tap them on the shoulder. I mean, personally, not virtually. Personally tap them on the shoulder, get them involved, and then they can see how this thing works, all right? They can see how this technology works, this remote technology. All right, brothers and sisters? So if you think you can do that, you let me know. You hit me up in our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Let us know you're interested, and we'll work you in. All right? That's why I'm so proud of Sister Shanika Muhammad. Think she's Sister Shanika X. We had her on last week. Why am I so proud of her? Because she took what she has learned here at Black Wealth Empowerment, and she's implementing it in her business. Brothers and sisters, that's why we have you come on as guests. That's why we have you come on as a panelist, so you can experience, all right, not from a receiving end, but from a giving end as a producer, all right? And Sister Shanika last week had her first Google Hangout training. All right, her first Google Hangout training for a group of people. All right, why? Because she was on our program here at BWE. She saw how it goes. She reached out to me and said, Brother Daryl, how can I set up Google Hangout? Because I want to do a training. And I shared with Sister what I knew and what I didn't know. She figured it out on her own. Entrepreneurs figure it out on their own. They get what they can grab of resources. They get what they can grab of help. But whatever they don't get, they figure it out on their own. And Sister figured it out on her own, and she did her first live Google Hangout training. So brothers and sisters, those of you who are in network marketing, those of you who have businesses, those of you who are in sales, use this technology to reach out to people. All right? You expand your reach with technology, because you can only, and I can only, and we can only physically reach so many people physically in one day. But through technology, you can reach thousands and thousands of people all around the world. All right, brothers and sisters? So I'm proud of Sister Shanika for taking the initiative to make that happen. I'm sure it won't be her first time using Google Hangout or any other live stream video to train and connect with people. Brothers and sisters, we are part of a giver's economy. That's what this is about. This is about giving. It's about giving. It's about giving. So we are part of that giver's economy here at BWE. You're part of a giver's economy. Sister Denise and Sister Tamara, they're part of a giver's economy. All right? If you're part of a giver's economy, then let us know. Let the world know that you're part of this economy, that you're giving. All right? Not that you gave already, past tense, but you're constantly giving away your products or service so you can be made known in the marketplace. All right? Because the definition of a part of a giver's economy is the one who outgives their competitors or others in their industry, out earns others in their industry. All right? So outgive. All right? Outgive. Find a way to give your products. All right? The marketplace will reward you, brothers and sisters. Because remember, people do business. They only do business voluntarily. They only do business with people they know, they trust, and they like. Okay? So if you trust them enough to give away free product, free services, all right, it becomes a whole lot easier to like you, and it becomes a whole lot easier to trust you. All right, so that's why we want to do that. So what are we doing here? We have ad space. Brothers and sisters, if you're in business, you need to get with Brother Lawrence. His advertisements around the frame of this video. Get with him and get your flyer made so we can post it like you see Sister Tamara, like you see Sister Denise, like you see Sister Anita, like you see Sister Brandy. All right, everybody that's in business, all right, or want to go in business, trying to go in business, get with Brother Lawrence and let that flyer be the first step in launching your business. All right, so we're giving away ad space. We're interviewing you. We're bringing you on to interview you. We're bringing you on as guest speakers. All right, as guest presenters. We're bringing you on and we're doing free advertisement. Okay, those are ad spots, but advertisement is when you give us a product or service and when we advertise it more like a commercial. Okay, more like a commercial with visual aids and telling you about the product. All right, Sister Denise is going to give me some product. I'm going to try it and I'm going to advertise it on the air. I'm going to advertise it and give you my personal testimony about the product. Okay, that's what we can do, and that's what we should be doing, and that's what we want you to participate in a giver's economy, brothers and sisters. So that's what we're doing, and we want you to participate. We have to take this thing to the next level. Remember we said here at BWE, Black Wealth Empowerment Live, 2015 is the year of manifestation. That doesn't mean you wait to the end of the year to manifest. That means we should be manifesting things on a daily and a weekly basis. All right, just start with something small. All right, start with something small. All right, ordering your business card is a step towards manifestation. Going out and meeting some people to talk about your business is a step of manifestation. We have to take steps towards the manifestation before we get to the manifestation. So take the necessary steps, brothers and sisters, and get a lot of small victories. See, we just want to get these big victories, but the truth of the matter is you got to get a lot of little small victories. And small victories add up to big victories. Okay, if you look at a football field, it's 100 yards, right? It's 100 yards from one end to the goal, to the end zone. But you got to go 1 yard at a time. You can't skip yards. Even if it's passed, the ball is traveling over each one of those yards to get down the field to the end zone. So take a whole bunch of little steps. And each yard is 3 feet. So they're going 3 feet at a time, 3 feet at a time, 3 feet at a time. Now they're doing it in very quickly. The speed in which they're doing it is different. It varies. So it should be with our business, our quest towards wealth building. All right? It should be at a rapid pace. Whatever the fastest that you and I can go at that particular time, then we should go as fast as we can. All right. So, Sister Brandy, what's going on? Let us know what's happening out there in the field with those believers. I know y'all fired up and ready for the light. The light is there, right? Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir 24 is there. The light. Yes, sir.
Praise
We're
the
actually
Lord.
on our way back. We're actually
Oh,
on our way back
give us
home
a
to
report
Columbus.
on brother. Give us a report on brother Nori. How was it? We know it was good, but tell us about it.
Man, listen, Brother Nuri was awesome. So he did the hashtag instead of Black Lives Matter, he changed it to Why Black Lives Matter. He went in definition on how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us about why and how why gives you more detail about the situation. And he said if you love yourself and you love your brothers, then we don't have to worry about the hashtag why or the hashtag Black Lives Matter because you'll start loving each other. He gave statistics. He gave so many facts. He talked about Brother Muhammad Ali, and he talked about how he was a soldier and how it's so different now for the community, or excuse me, how the athletes are so much different than Muhammad Ali was. He was willing to die for what he believed. He stood up for his cause. You know, we've seen some of the I don't know them all, Lakers and the one up north in Cleveland. You saw them, and they did the the sign on their T-shirt, and they talked about it was either I can't, I think it was I can't breathe. So he was like, yeah, that was great and everything, but then what's next? What's the next steps? He was just talking about the different steps and how the solutions are for us. He said, and it was an honor that the people in the community all over the world. He gave statistics on that and the numbers, but I remember him saying 200 days we have protested. 200 days. You know, we usually protest for like a week, 2 days, 3 days. We have been protesting for over 200 days. And it's just a blessing to show that our unity, as the messenger tells us, our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. If you follow me, of course, on Twitter, I'm Brady Muhammad, you see all my tweets. You know, I'm tweeting throughout the whole message, which was a real awesome opportunity to do so. But as we come back together, and there were so many different leaders in the community that were there. We had civic organizations. The Black Panther Party was there. We had Dr. Allen. He was there. He's on dealing with karate. There were some other organizations and vendors, just information vendors. It wasn't vendors that were selling anything. They were just trying to give out their information. And it was so beautiful to see the different believers from all over the state of Ohio, and of course, you know, Indianapolis and you know, from there. It was just a great experience. Brother Nori rocked. Of course, you know, I have to see the video again because when you tweet so much, you kind of miss some of the message that he gives. But what I got was what I gave you right now. I will follow back up very soon. I can get on my other phone and give you some more facts about what Brother Nori spoke about.
Yes, ma'am. And go to the Private Elusive Facebook group, Sister Brandy, and let us know what's going on. I think we do have some members there, if I remember correctly, one or two believers who are there sitting in queue. So if they are there, I'm sure they are, go ahead and approve them. And when I swing back to you, you can let us know who they are. If you want to let us know now, just go ahead and do that. So let me know when you get to the Facebook page and you see those guests. I should say those members waiting there in the queue, and then you can announce who they are and go ahead and approve them. Okay?
Absolutely. Just give me 2 minutes. We're GPSing, so it'll be just a quick minute before I get back on my phone. But I will let you
All
know.
right. When you get a chance to introduce your husband to us, since we need to know who's the winds underneath your wings.
Absolutely, absolutely. You see the smile? It's because of Brother Craig Muhammad. There he is.
Here he is. Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, brother Craig.
Oh, he can't.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam. Okay, Sister Brandy, just cut on in when you go, you know, when you get ready to welcome those new members. Okay.
Hey, I will. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, brothers and sisters. So we're moving right along through the program. We're not going to do a flash mob today because you know everybody's not in the on the dance floor for us to do it and get the full effect. Okay, but if you want to go ahead and do it, you go ahead and do it on your own. Go ahead and go to the Facebook share button, right? Put in hashtag BWE Hangout. Okay, period. I'm so grateful. Dot 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 and send that out. Go ahead and do that now on your own. You know, it's no fun. I mean, you know, ladies do it all the time, but guys don't. Brothers don't get on a dance floor by themselves and just dance and wait for other folks to join them. So we'll wait till our brother comes back, Brother Rodney aside, so he can give us a report on the gratitude call and the day of gratitude that some of us participated in. And when Sister Brandy gets back home, so we can do our flash mob. So make sure we practice and here. We're making things happen here at BWE on this particular broadcast. Sister Brandy is remote. She is remote. She's broadcasting live from her phone. And our coach, our courage coach, Rodney Assad, is not with us. He's still having technical difficulties. Inshallah, he'll be with us next week to tell us what's going on with him and the day of gratitude. But I'm happy to be here with you, brothers and sisters. I'm happy you are here. My name is Daryl Muhammad. I'm coming to you live from a sunny, warm Houston, Texas. We're happy to broadcast. We're happy to follow in the footsteps of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan with a consistent broadcast, committed to delivering the message of black wealth empowerment, about independence, financial independence. That's what it's really about, brothers and sisters. If you read Message to the Black Man, which I have here, and we'll read some out of it, is the messenger used the word independence. Independence. Being independent. All right? That means having no one over you except Allah himself. That means not having a boss. All right? That means being free and independent as a people. See, we can be free and independent, which we are, but we need to be free and independent. I mentioned last week, brothers and sisters, about a YouTube video that I've been watching every day since last week. Our brother Damon Dash, who used to be the owner of Rockaware and Rockefeller Records. Brothers and sisters, I'm saying again, go back. Go and listen to that brother's broadcast, the interview he did on The Breakfast Club March 13th. All right? And he's speaking our language. Excuse me. He's speaking our language, brothers and sisters. All right? He's talking about independence in all right? So we want to join in that frequency. We want to add to that frequency that brother has put out there. All right? And he's determined to be independent, to remain independent, and then show others in the hip-hop music.
Brother Daryl, I just wanted
Their
to let you.
boss. All right? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I heard you breaking up. I thought you had stopped for a quick second. I apologize. I just wanted to let you know I was able to get back on Facebook and let you know some of the believers that are on the Facebook call on the Black Wealth Empowerment Group.
So, you broke up on it, Sister Brandy. Go ahead, say it again.
Okay, so we got Sister Lynette. She is joining us on the Black Wealth Empowerment, and she is Muhammad's Mosque number 32, and she is in Phoenix, Arizona. She says she's checking in, staying motivated and peace. She also has her website on there, trustandgold.com. I approve Lynette. Then we also have Sister Denise. Sister Denise is here from Houston, Muhammad's Mosque number 45, and she's a lifestyle coach with sole purpose, and she offers natural, self-care and wellness products and great business opportunity as well. She has a website, denise.soulpurpose.net. Improving the post as we talk, trying to multitask here. We have Brother Michael Carlos Muhammad sending the greetings to the believers on the Black Wealth Empowerment Group. And he said he's checking in for Muhammad's Mosque number 32 in Phoenix, Arizona. Self-improvement, mindset, advocate, and economic abolishment. And he also has his websites. He has two websites, actually. Brother Michael Carlos Muhammad, and his second website is listed on there. I'm approving that. And then Sister Denise is also giving some of those nuggets. Small victories add up to big victories. Brother Daryl Muhammad stated that. And as you see, I have other people in the background. Hopefully you heard all those. I did post those for you, Brother Daryl.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's welcome our members that are waiting.
Give me one quick second, Brother Daryl.
Okay. All right. While sister's doing that, brothers and sisters, we just want to welcome everybody, and welcome for participating in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Now, you know, brother says you need to visit that group during the week, you know, because we're dropping nuggets. We're dropping nuggets right there in the group during the week. Okay, so don't miss it. Come back. I mean, if you're on Facebook, on social media on a regular basis, then just come on over to your private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. See what's going on. And you know what? Even better than that, up in the right-hand corner, facing your screen in the right-hand corner, there is, there is a button that you check, notification. All right, you check it, notification, and that way you'll get notified every time someone posts something in the group. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Make sure you do that, brothers and sisters, because you know it's all about staying informed. But here's the thing: staying informed with the right information, with the information that's going to get you where you want to go. Put in there, put in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, brothers and sisters. Let's be transparent. Where it is that you want to go. What is your next step? All right. Sometimes we have to get out the cloud, since you know we're coming from a mystery God teaching, and we got to bring our aspirations down to where we are. And what's your next step? All right. What is the next step you want to go? Go ahead and put it in the universe. Go ahead and speak it into existence. What is the next thing you want to do in your business? What is the next thing you want to do financially? Do you want to get your credit together? So Shanika X put some things in our file section of our group on how to improve your credit. All right, what is it that what's the next step? What's the next step that'll get you closer to your financial goal, either personally or business? All right, just give us a little idea. You don't have to share anything so secret or anything like that. Just share just one of them. Just one of them, because see, business owners, we're in March. We're at the end of March. You know what that means? That means that the first quarter of the year is almost over. Remember, we said last year, business owners, if we're going to be true business owners, if we're going to be true business people, we plan in quarters. We plan in 90-day runs, 90-day runs, 90-day runs. Okay? So whereas individuals, most people, non-business owners, right? They set goals at the beginning of the year and that's it. But business people, they set goals every 90 days, or they're adjusting their annual goals and objectives every 90 days. Every quarter, they're evaluating what they've accomplished. Is it on track or off track of their annual goal? Okay? And if it's off track, then they're looking to make some adjustments. All right, brothers and sisters, so we have to really get into the science of being business owners. Okay? Stop romanticizing this. All right? Only thing we're supposed to romanticize is each other human beings. But you don't romanticize inanimate objects. You don't romanticize, things that don't exist. They're inanimate objects. All right? You only romanticize, in the pure definition of romance and love, people. You don't love anything outside of another human being, all right, or another creature. Some of us, might like our cat or a dog or something, our bird, our parakeet, or something like that. But brothers and sisters, that's what we're doing as business owners. That's what we have to do. See, so that's a habit that we have to get into. All right, where's my business this first quarter? We call it Q1. Q1 of 2015. Where is it? Is it on track for my goals for my business for 2015? All right. It's time. Next week will be the time to start winding down and, as they say, closing our books for the first quarter, meaning that quarter is behind us now. We need to evaluate, readjust, recalibrate, and make the necessary adjustments and move forward. Like Sister Brandy said, that Brother Nori covered, the why. Why am I off track? Why am I exceeding my quarterly goals and objectives? Why? And that's how we make the objectives. That's how we make the adjustments, okay? All right, brothers and sisters, so with that being said, What are we doing here at Black Wealth? Matter of fact, get ready, brothers and sisters, because let me see. It's almost time. We're going to go to our brother, all right? One of our emerging leaders of the Nation of Islam and America and the world, okay? We're going to cue him up in about 20 minutes, brothers and sisters, so make sure you're somewhere quiet. Make sure you're listening, because the youth is our future. You know, I was listening to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad today, the exalted Christ, and he keeps on saying, he said, you know, do something for your wife and your children. See? So we have to make sure we framing, brothers and sisters. We have to make sure we framing in our minds our goals and objectives the way that the messenger framed it. All right? We have to frame it. We're doing this for our wives and our children. Our wives and our children, brothers. Our wives and our children, brothers. Our wives and our children. Not for boat and cars and planes. Those are trinkets that you get to please your creature. They call them creature comforts. That's to satisfy the creature nature in us. But the God nature in us, it's our women and our children. It's our women and our children. So, brothers and sisters, let's make sure that we keep the framing, our objectives, our aspirations of black wealth and Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, especially of the nation. It's that time now, brothers and sisters. It's that time. So we got to make sure we're prepared so we won't be left behind as our nation grows stronger and stronger economically. Sister Brandy, what's going on with the new members? What's going on? Do we have some new members we need to approve?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have Sister Aaliyah Shabazz. We're approving her. And we also have Sister Connie Muhammad. She was on the Black Wealth Empowerment Group. I don't know, but she's back on. So we're reapproving her. At this time, Brother Darrell, just confirmation. We're just accepting the believers who are in the Nation of Islam who are registered, correct? All the other registered believers as of yet will not be accepted, correct?
Right. Until myself or yourself or Brother Assad can go in there and, go to their Facebook page and kind of look around, then yeah, it's just the believers right now. So I didn't do that with this group. You didn't do it. Brother Assad didn't do it. So yeah, we're going to have to wait until next week. But let's do that starting this week, Sister Brandy. Any believers or non-believers, if you will, who are interested, kind of go to their Facebook page and get an idea, and then let me know, and then I'll double check it, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Perfect. Yes, sir. And I also wanted to add real quick, Sister Cheryl Muhammad. She is from, she's in North Carolina, and she's with Muhammad, or she's in North Carolina now. She's formerly from Muhammad's Mosque Mariam, excuse me. She has a website, and her website is listed right here as well. It's getting updated. She switches some hosting, but she's definitely in the process. She is on the Black Wealth Empowerment Group, and she is active member on the Black Wealth Group as well. That's all I have for right now, Brother Darrell. Oh, sorry. Sister Cassandra C. Jackson Muhammad just sends the greetings. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. Thank you very much, Sister Cassandra. Follow instructions and put your information in there. We enter the mundane. Successful people master the mundane. They master doing the boring stuff. So, Sister Cassandra, put in your information. Sister Shirley, welcome. Sister Shirley and I was on a program yesterday with our Sister Cassandra. Has a beautiful blog talk radio program called Economically Speaking, and Sister Shirley and I was on there yesterday dropping some bombs. Oh man, I mean, when Sister Shirley got on, that thing went to a whole nother level, talking about taxes and tax strategies and tax planning. And Sister Shirley has a program for youth, teaching them agribusiness that she's going to share with us, inshallah, hopefully next week or very, very soon. I want you to come on, Sister Shirley, and just share, because she's looking for some youth. All right. So if you have any youth that you're mentoring in your mosque, in your study group, then get with Sister Shirley. She's right there in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Reach out to her, because she's going to have a way to teach them agribusiness remotely. All right? Agribusiness remotely. So that's something that can go throughout our nation, throughout the study groups and mosques. All right? Because that's what we need to do, brothers and sisters. We need to exercise these ideas. The black community is not short of ideas. We're just short of execution of these ideas and being consistent and persistent enough to manifest these ideas. So Sister Shirley is doing exactly that. And as we said, this is a platform, brothers and sisters. This is a platform to highlight what we're doing. This is not a me platform. This is a we platform. All right. So what is the objective? The mission of Black Wealth Empowerment is, bar none, to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan with Muhammad's economic blueprint. That's why we're going to start opening it up to our brothers and sisters who are not in the nation, because this is a way that a lot of them are going to hear about it. All right. A lot of them are going to hear about it for the first time. So we're going to start promoting and leading with the promotion of Muhammad's economic blueprint as we start welcoming our lost found brothers and sisters, so now they can know what's going on. Because a lot of them ask us when we're in the street, what are you all doing? Now they can know. This will just be another avenue, another way, another opportunity for them to know, but most importantly, they can participate. They can join us. Because as this injustice gets worse and worse and worse, they're going to be looking for a solution, and we are the solution. What we have is the only solution, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, to injustice. We have it. So, brothers and sisters, what are we here? Well, our mission here is to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan with Muhammad's economic blueprint. How are we going to do it? We're going to do that by empowering ourselves. We're going to do that by being vanguards in this mission, in this movement of Black wealth empowerment. To claim some of the independence back to ourselves. All right, everybody can't quit a job, but we all should be working, and we all should be able to mathematically quantify how we've earned and we've got back some of our independence, meaning some of our time. All right, I'm sure part-time, and that equaling the same amount of money that you make full-time. I'm sure a lot of us would. And the enemy would love for us to work part-time. You know what? Then he doesn't have to give us any benefits. He don't have to pay into any benefits. He doesn't have to pay into any retirement. He doesn't have to pay into any Social Security. So he saves money. So we'll be doing him a favor. Come on, brothers and sisters. We got to go part-time before we can go full-time. It's not wise for us just to jump from full-time employment to full-time business owner, entrepreneur. That's not the right thing to do. We know that the minister taught us over 10 years ago, probably 15 years ago now. He gave us the steal away program. The steal away program. That's still in effect. That's still in effect. 100 customers, he told us. Deliver the products of the Nation of Islam, 100 customers, and steal away. Steal away, brothers and sisters. The truth never gets old, and the truth never changes. It doesn't matter if it's being talked about or not. It is still the truth, and it still works. So we're doing that. We're doing that by raising the conscious level of the members here at BWE, of economics, of money, of finance, of personal finance, of financial empowerment. We're doing it by networking with each other, by us supporting each other, buying products from each other, okay, buying the freedom paper from each other, supporting each other. All right? Talk, the day of talk is over, brothers and sisters. We have to put our money where our mouth is. If not, then we need to be quiet. Daryl, if you're not going to put your money where your mouth is, then you need to be quiet. If you're not going to lay your life down for what you believe in. Right? Dr. King said a man who wouldn't die for something will fall for anything. Right? Or maybe said a man who wouldn't stand for anything. But the principle is still the same, brothers and sisters. It is still the same. So that's what we're here to do. And the platform we're using is the Google Hangout. The platform we're using is this modern technology. The platform we're using is the Facebook page. So we can connect. So we can bring the best of the best here to the broadcast. Like we're bringing our brother here in 10 minutes and counting. All right? So we can bring the best of the best to teach us, all of us, about financial empowerment. To show business owners how to take their business to the next level. Brothers and sisters, if you are not on Facebook, if you're not using social media to market, right? And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. If you're not using Facebook to market your business and you're in business, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? You're posting the latest beating. You're posting the latest murder of our brother here in Texas last week. I saw on Facebook. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm thankful for Facebook. We're talking about us business owners. Right? They just shot and killed a brother in the doorway of his home because he came at the police or towards the police with a screwdriver in his hand. Okay? So, brothers and sisters, use social media, use the internet. Folks are getting rich, like they say, flat rich, with this free platform. YouTube, we're going to go into some YouTube training. Sister Tamara, Sister Denise, Sister Salome, Sister, whoever's out there in business, get you a YouTube channel. If you want some help, reach out to me. Get you a YouTube channel. Go to Damon Dash and look what they're doing. They're doing 2-minute, 3-minute segments. Give some tips on your products. Give some tips on what to look for in products. Compare your product, clean glass, dirty glass. Here's a leading product right here. Right? Here's my product. Why is my product better? Because here's some ingredients on this product that is not good for you. It actually dries out your skin. It actually can cause some irritation and rash. But see, we have natural products. YouTube is free. It's free. If we can't use free and make money off free, then we should never invest our money in advertisement or marketing. Use and maximize free first. We're going to get more into that, brothers and sisters, as we cover this social media here to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Okay, we're going to get into email marketing. All right, go into email marketing. We have to learn how to market email. You all get my emails, right? 12 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock p.m. You see them. Do it. Be participants, right? Can't build wealth being a cheerleader or standing on the sideline. Sister Brandy, what's going on? And we're going to bring our brother up here shortly. We're going to do another Pay It Forward, brothers and sisters, so get ready. And I see our brother trying to get on. I see the Courage Coach is trying to get on. All right? So we're going to see if we can get him on, get the Courage Coach on. But Sister Brandy, what's going on? You're in the dark, Sister Brandy. What's going on? Okay, Sister Brandy's not ready yet. All right. Sister Brandy's not ready. I guess she's helping her husband drive. So, brothers and sisters, let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's go ahead and pay it forward. Now it's time to pay it forward. So go back up to your Facebook share, open that up, put hashtag BW Hangout. Brother Salih is up next. S-A-L-I-E. I-I-H. I'm sorry. S-A-L-I-H. All right. is up next. Salih. Do that on your Facebook. Share, send that out, and Twitter, send that out. Google Plus, send that out. Instagram, send that out. Pinterest, send that out. Let the whole world know that one of our emerging leaders is coming up next. Sister Brandy, not yet? Okay. I guess Sister
Yes,
Brandy. Okay,
sir.
Sister Brandy. It's getting dark,
Yeah,
Sister Brandy.
yes, sir. So what's the darkness? So okay, so multitasking here. I have my husband's phone. I have my phone on the flashlight. I don't have access to the Facebook group. I can hear you,
Okay.
brother.
All
He's
right.
ready. I talked to him before we got live, and he's excited. He's juiced. He told me he is ready. He's excited. I'm ready to hear from him. Let's go.
All right, brothers and sisters. So thank you so very much. Sister Brandy is on her way back home from hearing the light. Brother Nuri, there, what was it, in Cleveland, Ohio? Where was he, sister?
No, sir. Study group number 19. It's a study group. The guy, Brother Nuri Muhammad. Dayton, Ohio is where we were at. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I thought you was at.
Right, Dayton, Ohio. Okay, all right. Well, praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. It doesn't matter how big or how small your study group or mosque is. It's how big our faith is. It's how big our faith is. Brothers and sisters, we are so happy to have you here with us here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Brother Daryl Muhammad, getting ready for our brother, Salih. Getting ready for him. He's one of our emerging leaders. But we want to share some things with you real quick. Like you say, we're taking Black Wealth Empowerment to a whole nother level, brothers and sisters. All right, our brother Michael Carlos Muhammad, who is very diligent in presenting to us every Tuesday the science of getting rich conference calls. All right, he's taking that to the next level. All right, remember the universe reward those who take action differently than those who don't. So we want to always reward those who take action. And Brother Michael is putting the final touches on a program that will help us to implement these things that we espouse about here. He's going to help us to implement the things that we say that we want to do. He's going to help us with this new program that he's going to announce here, hopefully within the next week or so. All right, brothers and sisters. So make sure you're ready for that. Make sure you get ready for that special announcements from our Brother Michael Carlos Muhammad. So, brothers and sisters, now we're at that time. We want to get ready, and I want to introduce our brother properly. This brother is he was here in Houston probably about 3 months ago visiting our brother Jesse, and Allah had it to where he and I was sitting right next to each other there at the mosque, and afterwards I introduced myself, and of course he was familiar with what we were doing, brother Jesse and I, with Black Wealth, and just as in the beautiful spirit of our leader, the brother. And when I mentioned that I wanted him to help us to bring the youth to this platform because this is really for the youth, the brother said, anything I can do, brother, just let me know. And that was about 2 or 3 months ago. And I called the brother here just last week and asked him would he help. And then once again, the same spirit of our Father, he said, absolutely, brother, anything I can do to help. Now, you might have seen this brother. Once he comes on, you might have seen him. I believe it was in Savior's Day in Detroit. He was hosting a panel, one of the workshops there at Savior's Day called Emerging Leaders. Himself and some other brothers and sisters were there and did a wonderful job to assure us, as the minister said, that our future in the nation is our future of the nation is secure because of these emerging leaders. So we're happy to have with us, and I'm going to read this brother's bio real quick. It's pretty lengthy, so I'm going to read it because it's worth us getting to know our brother and know the quality of members, the quality that we have here, the future leader. He's just one of many, and he committed that he will help us to bring Brother Hassan and others, young people who are out there building wealth, who's out there really taking this nation and treating it as a nation, all right, and building it to the enjoyment of our leader and our Christ. He says here, born and raised in Oakland, California, Salih Muhammad has strived to constantly improve the condition of his people For most of his life, he has been critically engaged a number of organization in a number of organizations, struggles, and movements for the larger purpose of um, elevating the condition of black people. The son of Muslim parents, Salih strives to make and exceed their legacy. In fact, his father, Keith Muhammad, was formerly chair of the African Students Union at Long Beach State University and currently serves as a minister in the Nation of Islam. His mother is our directress of the Oakland branch of Muhammad's University of Islam. In 2009, Salih graduated from Muhammad's University of Islam in Oakland, where he helped establish a student-run coffee house. Salih was admitted into the University of California, Berkeley, where he excelled as a community leader. He helped restart the Black Student Union, which he chaired for 2 years. As chair of the Cal BSU, he made numerous political and social achievements for the black students, including hosting the African Black Coalition Conference. Later, Salih would chair CalServe, a multicultural coalition at UC Berkeley that seek to empower students of color through access to student government as well as grassroots organizing. Salih has served as chair of the African Black Coalition since 2012. As chair and executive director of the African Black Coalition, Salih leads a statewide collective of BSUs that seek to organize, mobilize, and empower black students, staff, faculty, and alumni. Salih initiated Central Committee meetings, the annual Black Student Leadership Training, Camp Harua, I believe it's pronounced, and a leadership retreat for the BSU chairs. Salih received his BA in American Studies with an emphasis on race and law from UC Berkeley in May 2013. Early that year, Salih received a campus-wide public service award and leadership award from UC Berkeley. He currently teaches high school students in Oakland, California. So we'd like to welcome our brother to Black Wealth Empowerment Live, Brother Salih Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much for inviting me, Brother Darrell.
All right, brother, thank you so very much for accepting our invitation and moving quickly to be with us. And we're happy that you've decided to lock on with us so we could make this BWE platform something pleasing to the minister as we strive to help him with the Muhammad's economic program to free our people from poverty and want. So, brother, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, you're going to talk about organization is more important than truth. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's a pretty bold statement, brother. Is because we think truth is it. That's all we need is just truth, and somehow, some way, we're going to reach our goals and objective. But you're saying that organization is more important than truth.
Absolutely. Let me begin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who appeared to us in the person of Master W. Father Muhammad. We are forever grateful and thankful to Allah for his wise choice and his wise shaping of a man over 66 trillion years ago, that man whom we know as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And lastly, I thank him for his divine choice of the man in our midst, a divine leader, teacher, guide, but most importantly, or equally as important, a divine organizer in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I thank you again for this invitation. I greet everyone. Assalamu alaikum. The theme that I want to take up today comes from a lot from my background and my experience, but it comes from something that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said, and he said, organization is more important than truth. I think oftentimes as believers, oftentimes as Muslims, oftentimes as business people, often we believe that just because we have an idea that is right, or a principle that is right, or a business plan that is right, that it necessarily will come into fruition. And what the realities of the universe tell us is having the right idea does not necessarily dictate that we will actually be successful. There's something beyond an idea that has to do with the execution of that idea, or as the scriptures teach, making that word flesh. That thing that transforms belief or a word into a reality, or a vision into a business, or a strategy chart into actual success and in streams of revenue is your ability to organize it. But first, I definitely thank Allah for this group. Were there any organization or group or institution or individual that does not have money cannot survive? And so it's so important and essential for us as a people to really reconsider what is the value of money that we have. Not just money, but what is the value of wealth. And I think that's one of the most striking things about this group is that we're not just talking about increasing our income, we want to increase our wealth. I had an aunt that told me one time, she said, you know, our family, we don't give money to our children. She said, our family passes down wealth, you know, and there's a old saying that says, a fool and his money shall soon part. So the greatest wealth that we can have is the wealth, the gift of guidance that can give us and inform us on how we should use the money that we have, how we should allocate our time, our energy, and our resources in ways that are far more productive. I want to begin with something that comes from our lessons, where we are posed with a question: will you sit at home and wait for that mystery God to bring you food? And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad responds emphatically, no. Me and my people who have been lost from home for over 379 years have tried this so-called mystery God for bread, clothing, and a home, and we've received nothing but hard times, hunger, naked, and out of doors. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that we can no longer wait around for someone else to bring us that which we desire. He teaches us that if we desire something, we cannot sit down, we cannot lay down, we must get up and go to work, because it is only through our work that we can see these things come into reality. It is written in the book of Ecclesiastes in the 10th chapter in the 19th verse that, and I quote, very funny, the book says, money is the answer, and I quote, to everything. And yet somehow we live in a world where we are constantly told that we don't need money, or we're constantly told just pray to God, or we're constantly told just think right and the right things will happen to you. No, not really. In the real world, everything has a cause and effect relationship. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that one of the identifiers of the 85% is that they do not understand the law of cause and effect. And anyone that does not understand the law of cause and effect, sooner or later will become victim to a cause and will be operating in life as effect rather than cause. And so the coming of God, the coming of a messenger, is to make a people able to become the cause of change in their own lives and in the lives of those around them, rather than being the effect of somebody else's thinking. Poverty in the black community is an effect of somebody else's work. Homelessness in the black community is an effect of somebody else's work. The fact that we do not know how to build wealth for our families, and I thought that was a phenomenal point you made, Brother Darrell, that we don't do this work in terms of building financial stability for ourselves. As it is written in Ecclesiastes by Solomon, he says all of that is vanity, because you can't take that money with you to the grave. You can't take your house with you to the grave. You can't take any of your so-called wealth with you to the grave. So it's vanity if you're not building it for those that are coming after you. So I thought that was an excellent point, Brother Dale. But as I was saying, that is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, the law of cause and effect. And then he teaches us, or we are promised in the supreme wisdom, and I quote, that Allah would give us luxury, money, good homes, and friendships in all walks of life. Well, we have to consider, is the promise of Allah true? And if it is true, where is our luxury? Where is our money? Where is our money? Where is our money? Our good homes and our friendships in all walks of life. Either his promise is true and is sincere, or there is something that we are missing in our ability to acquire what it is that he promised. If Allah has promised us this, and then he said, and I quote, sit yourself in heaven at once. He didn't say he was going to come and give you luxury money, good home, and fresh water, right? He said, sit yourself in heaven at once, meaning we must go about a particular work to change the particular realities that we live in. There is no mystery God. If we are to acquire these things, then we must get up and go out after them. The Holy Quran teaches in the 23rd surah in the first verse, successful indeed are the believers. Well, one of the measurements of success, we live in a material world. We don't live in a world where we just pray. We don't live in a world where we just think about money. No, we live in a world that we have bills and we got to eat and we have families to take care of. So we have to always be thinking about what is it that we can do to actually increase the amount of income that we're bringing into our families, but the amount of wealth that we can transition from one generation to the next. What is an organization? If organization is more important than the truth, what actually is an organization? The word organization, brothers and sisters, comes from Latin words which literally mean, or we can understand to mean, to make into an ordered whole. To organize something is to order it. It's to apply a system of activity or a system to activities that are currently occurring. Now, one of the things I have found working with our people, and I work with a lot of younger black folks in particular, is that our understanding of organization and our understanding of the importance of order is highly skewed. And because we don't have organization, whether it's financially, whether it's spiritually, whether it's class-wise, whatever it is, our level of success is always limited by the level of organization that we have. So to organize something means to make it into an order whole, or to put it into order. Well, every organization is ran by an executive. What is an executive? An executive comes from a Latin word which literally means one who gets things done. I'm going to say that one more time. An executive is someone who gets things done or follow things through until the end. Many of us in our personal lives often have lofty goals, visions, ideals, but we often don't follow those goals, visions, and ideals to the end, and so we are unable to execute that which it is that we would like to see done. And lastly, an executive is an administrator. Now, this is a very important one because anytime you're running a business, and I've run them before, there's a lot of administrative responsibilities that accompany that business, right? And so, again, it's important that we understand the basic language that we're using because that then informs and dictates how we perform our duty. You know, in the scriptures, name denotes function. Almighty God, Allah, gives Adam the ability to name things. And in that ability to name things, he denotes and describes the function of those things that he names. To administer, it comes from two Latin words, ad and minister. Ad means to, and minister means serve. So to administer something means to serve a particular need, a particular objective, or a particular goal. But more importantly, in the context of our work, it is to serve our people. Businesses that we establish, if we are to be honest and successful and long-term in thinking, must have at their center a user experience. Businesses that we have must have at their center, how do we more effectively and efficiently serve the customer? And if that is your principle, your kernel of truth for your business success will magnificently increase because every customer wants to feel like they are the center, right? That's the God concept within us all. We want to feel like we are worthy of the attention. We want to feel like we are worthy of being served. And so your business level of success is always going to be parallel to the extent by which you can meet the expectation of your customer being centered. Most businesses suffer because the expectation of the customer is here, but the reality of the business is only here. And so your ability to serve and to close that gap is going to be the extent to which you can increase the likability or the affinity that your customers have towards you. It's written in the book of Matthew, the 20th chapter, the 28th verse, that Jesus as a man came not to be served, but to serve. Came not to be served, but to serve. And if he is the quintessential human being, then we can model some of our practices after the work that he did. Our businesses cannot come to be served, but they must come to serve. Praise be to Allah. Moving on along, I want to look at I want to look at the nature and the origin of business and the nature and the origin of organization. You cannot understand the nature of something until you understand its origin. And it is the origin of something that gives to you what its nature is. The origin of the human being is Almighty God, Allah Himself. Allah teaches us in both the Holy Quran and the Bible that He made man and woman after His own image and after His own likeness and after the pattern that He created for Himself. So if we want to understand our own nature, then we must understand our own origin. And if we want to understand our own origin, then we must understand the origin of He who created us, because He is us. What is the origin of Allah? And how then does that define and curate how we practice organization and business? Almighty God, the Elijah Muhammad teaches us, created Himself in the womb of triple darkness. And out of this darkness, He originated as thought and electricity and began to rotate and bring unto Himself the atoms of that material, substantive, yet useless darkness. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the first law of the universe is the law of motion. For the first thing that the God did in the process of self-creation was to get it going. And then He teaches us that the second law of the universe is order. 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 And order is the root of organization. So as soon as Allah began to self-create Himself, the second law He had to implement was to bring order out of that chaos. Or as I heard the minister say one time, out of chaos He ordered order. It was necessary to put limits and systems and patterns and practices to that which He desired to see come into His universe, because without organization, the universe will continue to be substantive darkness. Minister Farrakhan teaches us that there was substance in this darkness. There was matter in this darkness. But because this matter was without aim and purpose, because this matter was not organized, this matter was considered nothing. If we have a business or a desire or an idea or a plan without organization and order, that plan effectively is nothing. Ideas don't change the world, organizations do. The next law I want to talk about is that He created, pardon me, let me take a step back. An executive, by definition, is one who is there to handle confusion, questions, concerns, and to push actions. One who is there to handle confusion, questions, concerns, and to push actions. The reason you set up organizational structure is that because it allows the executive to answer confusion. Order is the opposite of chaos or confusion. So if you are an executive and you have not figured out order or organization for the work that you do, then your confusion would necessarily be there. And confusion is the opposite of life. The next point I would like to make is that then Allah created the law of self-preservation. Self-preservation. That built into every single one of us is an innate desire to see ourselves extend our lives. So it was with Him, so it is with us. And so should it be with the businesses that we operate. We should build into our businesses organizational infrastructure that allows the business A to live a long period of time, but B, and most importantly, for the business to live beyond our period of time. And that's the last point I want to make on Allah's creation, is that He initiated and placed into the universe the divine, inherent, and immutable law of life and death. That every single thing that comes into the universe must interact with and engage with life and death. Sooner or later, we are all going to die. And so we must consider, if we are actually building businesses and work that is sustainable and effective, how will it continue after I am no longer here? And the sooner you begin to consider that, the sooner your business will be able to take off in a way that it attracts people who can continue the business after you. Praise be to Allah. The next point I would like to make, Minister Farrakhan said once, there is no effect that man cannot cause. There is no effect that man cannot cause. We want to live our lives as cause, not effect. Many of us in our practices and our daily practices are constantly responding to what other people have done, responding to what other people have said, responding to the way other people are interacting with the business practices that we have. No, we want to be cause. What does that mean? I want to preempt customer complaints. I want to deal with what I know is going to be a complaint from the customer before the customer makes that complaint. I want to cause the change in the relationship, not be an effect of that customer delivering to me a complaint. We want to be cause, not effect. The second thing, another thing I would like to say, we're talking about order. We're talking about organization. Order and organization are essential to growth and development. Have you noticed that as Muslims, one of the divine things that Allah does for us is the first thing He does is He establishes order and organization to a Muslim's life. What do I mean? Every Muslim, the first thing that you have to do to declare faith is to bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is His messenger. That is the first principle of belief. But after that principle, the next few principles are principles of activity that are ordered in a way to provide structure to our livelihoods. Prayer. In Islam, Allah doesn't just tell us to pray. He says pray 5 times a day. And not just pray 5 times a day. He wants us to pray in a particular pattern every single time. What is this teaching us? This is teaching us that Allah has built His universe based on patterns, based on order, based on organization. When you enter the Nation of Islam, you write a letter. And every single person writes the same letter the same exact way. This is teaching us, again, that Allah has built into His universe the need for order, organization, repetition, patterns, and systems. And it is through these mechanisms that we are able to more effectively do the job that we desire. So Allah wants to see us draw nearer to Him, so He gives us an order or an organizational form by which we can do that. Charity. Allah doesn't just tell us to give charity. He gives us a particular amount of charity to give. He says, I want 10%. Why? He's providing habit. He's providing order. He's providing structure to the routine of life. Because it is in this structure, in this order, in this organization that we can increase the efficiency of our lives. I want to connect it back. What is an organization? What is an organization? An organization is a group of people, things, or individuals gathered together systematically toward one common goal. If, Minister Farrakhan said, you cannot violate structure and organization. And he said you cannot violate structure and organization because of your pettiness. I've seen often that when black folks own businesses, we are consumed by pettiness. And not just businesses. In nearly every organization I have seen us work in, we are consumed by pettiness. If you ever get a chance, you should go and research and study what that word pettiness means, because it might blow your mind. We are consumed by pettiness, spending time on things that do not matter. Spending time arguing about things that do not matter. And it is crippling us as a community. Pettiness destroys organization. What is a leader? What are the key components of leadership and some Can you hear me? Hear me? I'm not. I think we might be having some
Yes,
technical
sir. Go ahead, brother.
difficulties.
You good? We can hear you now.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Praise the Lord. Vision. Vision. Minister Farrakhan said the most important quality of any leader is not his or her knowledge, it is his or her vision. Vision is what drives an organization. Vision is what drives a business. Vision is the thing that is able to construct and to develop an organization and a pattern. There's one businessman that said, any institution is the shadow of one man. Any institution is the shadow of one man, meaning that one individual or one executive can establish the vision by which the rest of the organization follows after. Any executive, any business leader, any leader of any kind must have vision. To quote a hip hop artist, J. Cole said once that the good news is you come a long way, but the bad news is you've come the wrong way. Sometimes in business, we don't have the right vision. And because we don't have the right vision, we find ourselves expending energy. But at the end of that energy expenditure, we find that our profit margin loss is the same exact thing. We find at the end of this process, our revenue is the same exact thing. And that's that you had a vision, but maybe your vision was not right. And so any effective leader or business manager or organizational developer has to have a very clear and developed vision. The third thing is knowledgeable. No one wants to follow after someone that does not know anything. People need leadership. People need business owners that are knowledgeable. And this is why it is written in the book of Hosea, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We don't know how to run businesses. We don't know how to be an executive. We don't know how to build an organizational structure. Well, you have an internet now. You have YouTube now. Ignorance today can only be considered culpable ignorance because we're responsible for the lack of knowledge today because there's so much access to knowledge that we can't use that as an excuse. We all must be willing to study and engage in the study of that which it is we're seeking to practice. Number 4, an administrator. An administrator is one who serves. Number 5, they must be responsible, and this is very important. Leaders, business leaders, organizational leaders are people who do not wait for things to happen, they make things happen. These are individuals who do not wait on other people to do things, they start, they initiate, they are self-motivated, right? And so the extent to which you can self-motivate, the extent to which you can out of nothing, that often will parallel with the level of your success because you're not going to have business deals just fly to you all the time. You're not going to have money fly to you all the time. You have to get up and go to work. And if you're doing for self, you got to wake yourself up every single day. You got to make yourself get up and go to work. So it's important to be self-motivated or responsible. Number 6, communication is essential. You must be a good communicator. And communication is the ability to deliver an idea effectively from point A to point B. Unfortunately, most of us, when we think of communication, all we think about is point A, me, myself, and I. And as a result, we deliver messages, but these messages are never properly communicated because they're not received by point B, right? So if we're going to be effective leaders or managers, if we're going to develop effective organizations, we must learn to communicate more effectively. This is one of the reasons that when Allah chooses messengers and prophets, He always chooses those who are able to communicate the word effectively. Study the scriptures. He chooses musicians, people who can communicate with the souls of men. And point number 7, you must be an effective manager. It was written once that the essence of managing is caring. The essence of managing is caring. A manager is somebody who sees the small details that are off and cares enough that they are willing to change that. A manager is somebody who sees that the very nuanced things of an organization that aren't working effectively, and has the wherewithal to know that these small intricacies must be changed. The ultimate in caring is the salvation of an organization. It's one thing to say that we care, but the practice of caring means that we do whatever is necessary to maintain the organization. And sometimes, yes, that even means we have to cut off in the individual in exchange for protecting the entire organization. And the last point I would like to make is that an executive or an organizational leader must be productive. Must be productive. Non-productivity is murdering our community. We must be productive. Anytime there's a lack of productivity, in my experience working with leadership, both young and old, and I do leadership trainings almost every other week now, and anytime I see an organization that's not productive, without fail, I always see a high level of drama. Without fail, when an organization is not productive, I always see a high level of nonsense. I see craziness. I see what they call Negro business. I see what they call in the Boondocks Negro moments, right? Anytime there's not productivity, there's a parallel level of nonsense. Eliminate nonsense while increasing productivity. And as a leader, as an organizational developer, as an executive, and we should get used to those terms, we have to find ways to become more productive. Here's the last point. Elijah Muhammad gave us a book titled How to Eat to Live. And I know you might be wondering, how does How to Eat to Live tie in to running a business and developing organizations? Two ways. Way number one, the most effective organizational system that we know of is the human body. And I'll be honest, sometimes when I'm considering and trying to figure out how do I develop my organization better, I literally go and study the human body. Go and study how it functions, because it functions perfectly. And it orders the behavior of every aspect of the body in order to deliver the most productive result. Now, the other way, How to Eat to Live is based on two principles. Those two principles are fasting and proper nutrition. Fasting, which the master said eat 1 meal a day, fast 3 days out of a month, and proper nutrition. Don't eat pork, don't eat nuts, don't eat shrimp, right? Fasting and nutrition. How does that relate to business? All businesses work on these two primary principles also. The principle of fasting. Fasting is not allowing yourself to have caloric intake for a period of time, right, while you're still using it. Now in business, right, calories is an energy label, right? It's the ability to do work. In business or in finances generally, most people find themselves broke because they spend more money than they earn, right? If you put a fast on your spending, right, then the amount of money you earn is going to increase, period. What we tend to do is that we tend to try to find shortcuts around how we can spend the same amount of money and yet have an increase, right, and still be successful. In the same way, we find a shortcut about the way we eat. How can I eat 1 meal a day, but let me have a jumbo smoothie from Jamba Juice to hold me over, right? And anytime you take shortcuts, it's always without fail going to come with a material consequence. And in business, that material consequence means your money might look a little bit funny. And proper nutrition. The thing I want to say about this is twofold. Number one is customer service. No business can be successful without proper customer relations. Again, make the customer the center of their universe and the center of your business and expand from there. You will thank somebody for that principle. And number two, always deliver a quality service. People do not want services that are not quality. And even though we joke about it sometimes, when we talk about how we go to black businesses and we always talk crap about how poor the service is, sometimes the service really be poor. And some black businesses I really only go to because they black. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as someone that's developing a service, administer to serve, we always must be constant and consistent in caring and thinking about how is it that we give a more effective service, a more effective quality product. And Minister Farrakhan has been a great example of that for us. He didn't just want any fish. He wanted fish that was going to be healthy for us. And I think we should take a note from that. As I close, Elijah Muhammad was asked the question, what will be your rewards in regards to the destruction of the devil? And he answered, peace and happiness. I will give all I have and all within my power to see this day for which I have waited, 379 years. Brothers and sisters, our rise means the fall of our enemy. And so we, on a level of business, and business is warfare, we must, on a very real level, be willing to give all that we have and all that is within our power to see our success. It is written in this last little note. It's written in the scripture. I thought it was a nice passage. Solomon says in the Proverbs, "Do not love sleep, or you will grow poor." Now I'm gonna close on that one. Do not love sleep, or you will grow poor. We gotta wake up, we gotta get up, and we gotta go to work. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. All praise due to Allah. Wow, brother, that was very, very, very good, brother. May Allah continue to bless you, brother Salih, with the path that He has you on, brother. That, brothers and sisters, what you've experienced, what we experience, is what the messenger told us that what they would never teach us, and that's the science of business. Our brother has broken down into steps that we can go back. What we experience is the science of business. So thank you very much, brother Salih. Thank you very, very much for bringing that, because you bring a whole new perspective on it. You bring a whole new perspective, a paradigm shift for us, because this is what we need. This is what we need. We have to understand that what we're attempting to do, and we're gonna do in building wealth, is based on science, the universal laws and science of Allah, brother. So thank you so very much for that powerful, powerful presentation, and may Allah bless you. Brothers and sisters, we want to go ahead and submit questions in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group for our brothers. You should have a lot of questions. He touched on a lot of things. I thought about Sister Jennifer and Brother Darren when he talked about customer service. That is so, so, so very, very important. So thank you so very much, brothers and sisters. Go ahead and put those questions in right now. If you have any questions for our brother, go ahead and put that in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, and I will look at them right now, because our Sister Brandy, our membership coordinator, cannot get on her phone, she told me, on the road. So we're going to see, our members. And if you have some questions, brothers and sisters, that might come up afterwards, then please put them in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, and brother will go in and answer them at a later date. Brother, let me ask you a question here, brother Salih. Based on your experience, like you said, of working with young people and older black folks, what do you say is the main thing, or the top one or two things that we're not doing as far as organization is concerned? What is it that we need to do, focus on tonight, right now, the top one or two things that would, pay us great dividends, that you've seen that we are grossly, grossly missing at doing?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent question. The first thing that pops in my head instinctively, to be really honest, is around where I close, where the scripture says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." I think the number one thing that we don't do in terms of building an organization, we don't study. We don't study nothing. Quite frankly, we do not study. We don't read. We don't really dig deep into what it is that we're trying to do. I can't tell you the number of times I've met people in different fields, and I ask them, well, "What is a teacher?" And they can't tell me a definition. What is a lawyer by definition? And they can't give me a very clear, concise. We don't study, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? We don't study how do you develop organizations. There's so many books in the world, brother. And what the messenger does for us is he deprives us of a spook God philosophy that says, no, this stuff is just going to fall into my head. No, he said that Master Prophet Muhammad's father went and searched the world, right, and got books from particular places that were rare treasures, right, and gave them to his son. I say that, how many of us actually read books about business? Do we read books about organizational development? Do we read books about management? What are we reading? We don't study enough. That's the first thing. And the second thing I would say is we petty. And pettiness, I I can't like emphasize the extent to which it's murdering us. And I actually got this statement from Brother Jesse, who got it from the minister, where he said something to the effect of pettiness is preventing our rise. You know, pettiness literally defined dealing with things that are of little importance or consequence, of lesser or secondary importance, having or showing narrow ideas, interests, mean or ungenerous. These are things that literally cripple black folks' organizational skills every single time. You know, one of the definitions that I was studying and preparing for this of an executive is that an executive is somebody who's able to focus solely on the objective. And I find that a lot of times this is where the pettiness comes in. When it's time to do work, we have an extremely difficult time focusing solely on the objective. And we're always caught up by distractions and arguments and fights that have nothing to do with the sole objective that we have. And as a result, we're not able to progress at the speed that we're able to progress. Oh, the third thing I would say, especially with young people, procrastination. It's a killer, even for myself. Procrastination. Why wait until tomorrow to do what you can do today? And procrastination genuinely, like, really disables us from making progress.
Good answer. So three things. One, what was it? We don't study. Two, pettiness. And three, procrastination. Those are the top three things that you've seen that's stopping us from getting immediate
Hmm.
results. We pray, yes, sir. I would definitely agree. We're still waiting for any questions that any of our members may have. I guess, brother, you laid so much so fast and so heavy that they got to process it. And I would say that that's probably the case with most, because that's the case with me. I mean, I'm going to go back and look at it again. And those of you who are watching, like I said last week, the easiest way to ever watch a broadcast is go back to your confirmation email and click on that link. That will always take you to each one of the broadcasts so you can watch them. So save those confirmation emails. Just put a folder in your email and for BWE and just put the confirmation email over there. And that way you don't have to wait to see if we're going to post a replay line. But that's very powerful, brother. That's very powerful, those three things. And I'm going to make sure I pay attention and make note of those three things and to make sure that I'm attacking them. All right? Like you said, my full goal and objective is going to be the focus on those three things. Study, make sure I'm not petty, and that procrastination. I think that procrastination in and of itself, I think I seen this saying that procrastination has killed more dreams than cyanide.
Hmm.
So those are the things that we need to work on, and that helps us to really build wealth and help us to be independent. It's really about being independent. Let me ask you, brother Salih, just tell us a little bit about what you're doing now. So, and there's something that we can support you on and support what you're doing. What do you have going on as far as what you're doing there, brother?
So in part, I'm a teacher at Muhammad University of Islam. You can always support MUI by donating. That's a beautiful thing to do because we have our own educational institutions to help with our own children. And the message taught, as long as you rely on other people to teach for you, you're gonna get what you get, and that's what we've been getting. The other thing I do, I'm the executive director of a statewide organization, the African Black Coalition, which is a collective of Black student unions as well as a Black alumni. And our primary focus or purpose is we're trying to figure out, and we're functionally figuring out, how do we channel the intellectual and economic resources of Black people that have graduated from colleges and universities and actually create a pipeline where we can streamline that intellect as well as their money back into problem-solving solutions for the problems that our community deals with whole scale. And you can help, John, honestly, keep praying for us because we're trying to do a work on, and what we are clear about is that our strategy is that we have to build organization. It's not enough to go out and protest because protests don't change reality. Organizations do. So those are things I'm invested in right now.
Praise be to Allah. Now, do you have a website, brother, or somewhere where we can go and keep abreast on what you're doing?
Yes, you can follow on Facebook at Salih Muhammad, SalihMuhammad. You can get me on Twitter at Salih Najee, Salihnajee. And I'll stay on Instagram for my young folks at Salih Najee.
All right, all right. Praise be to Allah, brother. And you put here your organizational website, African with a K, AFRIKAN, blackcoalition.org. All right, you can reach the brother there and see what he's doing and support the brother any way you can. And maybe if you can connect him, because it's about networking, brothers and sisters. Robert Kiyosaki says that wealthy people build networks, right? While everybody else goes out and get jobs. All right. Let me ask you a question here, brother, as we wrap up here that came to mind. Would you say, and I know the answer, but if you can expound on it a little bit, is it because of our lack of understanding organization that at best we as black people in business, at best we'll have a ma and pa, business? Is the reason why we don't grow
Absolutely.
past that is because we don't understand the science of organization?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a combination of that and lack of belief in ourselves. You know, it's easy to believe in a God that you never seen. It's a lot harder to believe in yourself and to look in your mirror in yourself and say, you know what, I'm gonna be able to take this business from a mom and pop shop and actually make it into a multi-million-dollar company. A lot of us don't believe in ourselves enough. But I would absolutely say organization, because we don't. And I'm even experiencing this now. We don't know how to scale. And that's one thing I've been finding. We don't know how to go from mom and pop shop to scale it in a way that actually grows in a way that makes some kind of sense, you know. So
Define
I'll
scale
absolutely
for
say
us.
that.
Define scale.
Oh, scaling is like rapid growth. It's going from one shop to five, right? Which is very doable, especially if you have a good product. But we don't know how to make that growth and that transition. And so a lot of times, because there's a lack of knowledge, we become complacent in the temporary settings that we have. You know, we have doubt about whether or not we'll be successful if we grow. You know what I'm saying? And that doubt exists. Doubt is the absence of knowledge, right? So doubt exists because we don't know that if we do this, it can be successful. We don't know that it can be successful because we haven't studied. So I absolutely say we don't understand organization enough to know how we can grow and shrink and grow and shrink and vibe and be natural in a way that still works.
Hmm. Now you mentioned doubt. How does doubt and organization work together? Is there a correlation between the two?
That's a really good question. I have this quote from the minister that I'll read. He said, "The success of any organization or nation today is based on how well its leadership can manage the conflicts, conflicting agendas, personalities, and keep its leadership focused on the aims, objectives, and goals of the organization and nation. These problems, if not properly managed, are destructive to the goals, objectives, and aspirations of any society." And I'll read that quote to say this. What I see tend to happen is when the leadership has doubt, the leadership tends to focus on that doubt and not on the mission or the objective. And when the leadership focuses on that doubt and not the mission and the objective, it always inevitably flows down into the organization, right? And so it's really important that when we're in positions of leadership, when we're running a business, that we are able to deal with or eradicate as much doubt as possible, because doubt indeed is the mother of hypocrisy. And in fact, I heard it said once that where there is no growth, hypocrisy is growing. You get what I'm saying? And so where there's doubt and where we're not studying and growing and understanding of organization, then sooner or later doubt will come in and hypocrisy to our own organization. Yes, I have a business, but I don't really believe that this business is going to be successful. Well, why are you doing it? Why waste time doing something that you don't believe is going to be successful? You wasting my time, you wasting your time, you wasting your customers' time, your family time. Hell, you wasting a lot of money. You know, so if you don't really believe, it's best not to pursue it.
Right, right. Yeah, and it reminds me as you opened up with the quote from that the rapper, right? You've come a long way, but you've gone the wrong way. That's comes from the lack
hmm
of organization, right?
Yeah, a lack of organization and a lack of knowledge, you know, because I can have the most effective organizational structure, right? I can have a car, which is an example of organization, but if I'm going on the highway going east and I need to be going west, I don't care how nice that car is, how fast that car go, it ain't gonna work out because I'm going the wrong direction, you know. And so I think it's a combination of lack of organizational structure and doubt as well as the absence of knowledge. Like there's a very interesting interplay between doubt and the absence of knowledge, which comes from not studying.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you one last question as we end tonight's broadcast,
Mm-hmm.
brother. What do you think? Why don't we like to organize? I mean, what is it about just the process? Because like you said, procrastination. That means you can study, right? You cannot deal with pettiness. But if procrastination chokes you out, then So what has your experience been to why people they just don't
Mm-hmm.
organized, they start the process, they don't stay engaged, they don't make it a regular part of
Mm.
their daily operation? What has your experience been?
To be really honest, organization is hard. It's much easier to be bad all by myself than it is to be good with everybody else, right? And so part of it is like a level of individualism where we all desire, for our voice to be heard. We all desire to have some control over our lives, et cetera, which doesn't work as easily when I'm in a group or an organization where everyone has to move together, right? So I would say, to be honest, like it's just that it's hard. Organization is hard. It takes a lot more work. It's much easier to do a hashtag. It's much easier to do a random collection of people, right? It's much easier to do something on my own than to say, you know what, I'm going to bring all these people in and we're going to do it together. But just because it's hard don't mean it ain't right. The messenger said unity was the solution to 95% of our problems. A lot of us, I found, try to start businesses on our own when we should be trying to start businesses with the 5 and 6 people or 10 people that we know on Facebook that's interested in the exact same thing. But because we don't want to have to deal with the pressure and the difficulty of working through personalities and conflicting interests and ideology and values, etc., we end up quitting and just trying it by myself and being unsuccessful anyway. So I would say the biggest thing is like it's just that it's hard. Working with black people ain't the easiest thing in the world, right? But it's worth it because the result of it is that we get to take what we're doing to a completely different level of success based on the fact that we have organization.
And then, brother, and if I can just say this, then it also gives us the opportunity to do the one of those things that you mentioned where it can outlive you, right? Because it's not just confined
Mm-hmm.
to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned real quick. You mentioned Dame Dash. And one thing I liked about his interview because I listened to it. I listened to it. One thing I like, he said, I'm building for my last name, not my first. I'm building so that my children can have something, not me, right? And I think we should think about that in terms of organization. When you have an organization, those that come after you can benefit from it. But when you're just doing some work all by yourself, willy nilly, like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, that's nice. But once you die, like your work kind of died too. But if you have an organization, there's a means and a method and a process by which that can be sustained and evolved. It's almost like the eternal life force. As long as human beings are alive, that eternal life force will continue on because there's a conduit for it. Organization is the conduit for an idea to come into reality.
All right. Well, praise be to Allah. Thank you so very much, Brother Salih, for being with us. Brother and sister, let's go into the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group and give the brother a virtual applause for a job well done. He helped us to understand what the messenger said that they will not teach us, and that's the science of business. See, that's the science part of business, and God's deal with the scientific aspect of everything. So what the brother has done tonight, he laid it out and made it very, very clear the importance of organization and why it is more important than truth. So brother Salih, thank you very much, brother. We look forward to you coming back on again and again and bringing some young folks with you that's in our nation that's doing some amazing things like brother Hassan. I want you to reach out to him personally
I will.
and get his support so he can come on within the next week or two, brother. Would you do that for us?
I definitely will.
Because that brother's doing some very, very amazing things with that bean pie. And if you would, brother Salih, go to the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group and post all your information in there again so the believers can personally thank you and network with you directly. So, brothers and sisters, that's it for tonight's broadcast. We'd like to thank our sister Brandy. With in the field interviewing believers in the field. So thank you so very much, Sister Brandy. Thank you for being with us tonight, brothers and sisters. And remember, Black Wealth Empowerment Live is here to pull back the black curtain to reveal those things that the enemy said he will never teach us, that he knew would be an intricate part of our rise and our independence, which then will allow us to separate from him and his society. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, as always, we'll see you at the top, not from the top. Best. Assalamu alaikum.
Wow.
I have never seen
Great job, Brother Derek.